You see, when we come to God and this faith starts growing in us, we learn how to not lean towards our own understanding. We learn to give up our understanding and trust in the will of God. You see, it takes a period of time for you to get to that point. You don't just start right off at the bat. And most of us, that's what we are looking for. But when you learn how to trust God with everything, when you learn how to go to God in everything in your life before you do it, trust in his will, trust in his answer, trust in his direction. See, you give up your will for Christ's will. A true worshiper worries about the things of God. He worries about the house of God. He worries about the things that go on in the house of God. He gives up his time for God's time. See, this becomes a personal choice to him. That's what the Bible is talking about, this faith. So as we travel this life, and as we go through these storms, we need to remember to keep our faith on board. Because without this faith on board, life would overtake us. So I encourage you today, in the midst of these troubles and troubling times, keep your faith on board. Hebrews 11:1 says that now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. 2 Thessalonians 1:4 said, so that we ourselves glory in you and in the church of God for your patience and your faith and all that and all your all your persecutions and tribulations that you endure. John 1:3 says, knowing this, that the trying of our faith worketh patience. 1 Peter 1:7 says that the trials of your faith, being much more precious than gold, that perish though it be tried through the fire, might be found unto praise and honor in the glory of the appearance of Christ. You see, if we keep this faith that we have in God, and if we, in the midst of the sea, that we call out on his name, that Jesus has the power, that Jesus has the power to calm anything in your life, that if we walk by this faith, and that if we trust in this faith, that God would bring you through your storms. In the midst of your storms, I dare you to praise his name. I dare you to call on the name of Jesus. I dare you to lift your hands up in the midst of the storm. You will find yourself moving from the storm to joy. You will find yourself moving from the storm to praise. Because Jesus, the one that died for us out on a hill called Calvary, he said, if you keep this faith in me and faith not in your own self, that I will bring you through the midst of the storm. Because he died, yes he did. He died for us while he was out on the hill called Calvary. Yes, he died. For they told us that they buried him in a borrowed tomb. But early Sunday morning, he got up with all power in his hands, both here in heaven and in earth. I'm going to serve him till I die. I'm going to walk by faith and not by sight. I'm going to hold up the bloodstained banner, telling anybody and everybody that he lives. He lives. Yes, he lives. Yes, he lives. That he got up early Sunday morning. He died for you and I. Is your faith on board? We walk by faith, not by sight. Don't let what you worry see. Don't let this pandemic shake your faith, as Deacon Donovan says. Make sure your faith is on board. Don't let anybody discourage you about your faith, because God is able. God is able. And if we keep this faith, we can hear his voice saying, servant, well done. Keep the faith. God bless you.
Thank God for the message, and the messenger is your faith on board. There might be one today by letter, candidate for baptism or Christian experience. As the choir sang, would you come? If your faith is not on board, you can come.